Hey guys, it's Josh from the BitBlock here with 55 facts for Super Mario Party Jamboree on Nintendo Switch. I'll be doing at least 2 fact videos for the game. This one is going to mostly focus on the game boards, and the second one, we will talk about minigames and modes. Let's begin. Number 1. The game features over 20 playable characters. This is more than any previous entry in the series. Number 2. The location for the game is a big island resort surrounded by the vast ocean waves. Mario and friends will travel around the nearby islands to participate in various activities. Number 3. Jamboree features 5 brand new game boards along with 2 retro N64 boards that have been visually remastered. Mega Wiggler's Tree Party, King Bowser's Keep, Roll'em Raceway, Goomba Lagoon, and Rainbow Galleria are all of the new boards. And then we've got Mario's Rainbow Castle and Westernland. Those are the old school boards that are making a modernized return. Number 4, longtime fans of the series will be happy to know that the playstyle of these boards is just like classic Mario Party. You earn coins and then you buy stars with those coins. So in other words, we finally, officially have a new Mario Party game that has gone back to its gameplay roots, and I could not be happier about this. Okay, let's go over some facts for the Mega Wiggler Tree Party board. Number 5, there is a giant sleeping Wiggler in the middle of the map. If you look closely, you can see that he will wake up and move around this space to change up which route you can take. You do this by landing on the green event spaces that I've highlighted here with the arrows. Once you do that, your character will ring these little bells to wake him up. There are 4 path variants that he can provide based on his position. So this is kind of an interesting little idea in the middle of the map. Number 6, large hungry piranha plants can be found here and here. They will likely attack you in some way and steal coins, so it's best to avoid landing on the event spaces in front of them. Number 7, this board seems to have a picnic thing going on. We know this because you can see multiple locations with yummy, delicious desserts on display. In fact, at the top of the map, there is a little deck area with lots of desserts being made. This is likely a themed minigame that takes place right on the board if you land on the event space up here. The food appears to be pancakes, and you can even see some of the random characters flipping them in a griddle. We also see the characters cooking pancakes in griddles on the game's actual box art too, which is likely a reference to the event that takes place on this game board. Number 8. There's a little stand with a purple awning on the map that is operated by Kamek. Is this an item shop? There's a Super Mushroom sign on the top, so I'm guessing he sells you some kind of items? No matter what, it's definitely a new little area of interest that appears on multiple boards. Number 9, moving on to the next board, Roll'em Raceway. This one features players driving in cars and speeding along a racetrack to swipe a star. Number 10, a new turbo dice item is a collection of 4 die that will allow you to possibly move up to 40 spaces in one turn. That's probably pretty tricky because you'd need to get a 10 on each one, but it is doable. It is worth noting though, that it seems your car moves so quickly, you can pass up some of the features on the board, such as this little boo tree stump. Number 11, this board has some event spaces that assist you in racing through the track even faster. We can see that landing here in these spots will trigger a mechanism to spring you forward even more. And here is a little pit crew stop that will charge up your vehicle and make you go faster. Number 12, back in the distant lake behind the grandstands, we can see a few dories swimming in the water. I thought these were like a, nice little visual reference. Number 13, another cute little visual detail here is that on the bend of the track's turn, they put in skid marks on the road that look to be out of control, along with a few damaged trees with branches and leaves on the ground. Basically, somebody went a little wild here. They even put up tires to make sure an accident like this doesn't happen again. Little stuff like this I think is really fun to see on the game boards. Alright, let's move on to some facts from the Rainbow Galleria board. Number 14, this is a multi-leveled map with 3 floors to navigate between. You do this by using the escalators found here. There are 6 of them in total. Worth noting is that the blue ones move downwards and the pink ones will bring you upwards to a higher level. Number 15, in the center of the map, there is also a quick travel elevator that is operated by a little Koopa Troopa attendant. You'll notice though, it doesn't seem to stop at the second floor, so you'll have to use this strategically. Number 16, this board has a little stamp collecting side game that you can participate in. There are 4 stands around the mall. When you pass by them, you will get a little colored Koopa shell stamp on your card. Yellow, green, blue, and pink. You will likely have to receive your card, or maybe you bring your completed one back to this information booth at the bottom of the board to get a reward. I know this because it is in the shape of a shell, and it even has the stamp sign on top of it. You can even see a poster for the stamp collecting in the mall over on the wall here. It's got a little stamp collecting side game. This is cool. Number 17, the stars will go on a flash sale periodically in the mall, which of course means if you grab one during the sale, it will cost less coins to buy. That's how a sale works. I don't know why I felt the need to explain that, but anyways, moving on. Number 18, the mall has advertisement posters for other game boards. Here is one for Goomba Lagoon, and this one is promoting the Westernland game board. There are also posters featuring a Rocky Wrench mole. I don't know what that's about, but it's kind of cool to see him. Number 19, there are 4 shops in the mall, one of which has a Peepa ghost selling Boo Bells. Outside of the stores, there are event spaces, so you need to land right in front of them to actually participate in what that shop has to offer. The other 3, sadly, we really don't have an exact idea of what they do, though this purple one appears to have a neon Boo sign above it, and the red store has 3 stars on a sign at the entrance. The yellow one, I can't tell for sure, but I think those are diamonds. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Number 20, the Rainbow Galleria has 2 little booths. One of them is a purple theme, you know, the one that we discussed earlier that is run by Kamek. And then over here, we can see one that is yellow colored and a Koopa Troopa is operating it. Just like the purple booth, this one also has a Super Mushroom sign above it, so two kinds of item shops is kind of interesting. Number 21, when the mall has a flash sale going on, the neon lights that stretch along the walls will pulsate on and off. Maybe not the most exciting fact, but it shows a nice bit of extra detail. I like that. Number 22, finally, the mall has 2 more event locations. One of them has a red block with a toad by it. Seems like you reach your hand in there and you pull out a little marble, and based on the color, you'll get more or less coins. And the other one is a store counter with a sniffet behind it. We have no way of really knowing what these do exactly, but it's the fact that they are indeed on the map, and likely some kind of little game that you partake in when you land in front of them, that has me excited, because it makes the game boards that much more interesting and fun to play. Up next, let's go over some facts for the tropical paradise of Goomba Lagoon. Number 23, on this board, the tide of the ocean will rise and lower, thus changing up which path you're able to move in. If the tide is high, there will be less options, but if it lowers again, it will reveal more routes that you can take. This means you'll have to really plan the best route to the star. Number 24, a main attraction on this island is the impossible to ignore mighty Goomba volcano at the top of the map. This beast of Mother Nature will begin to smoke and can eventually blow its top, which results in little adorable golden Goombas shooting out and then landing on the spaces of the board. And according to the Japanese website, these golden boys will actually do something good for you. Number 25, if you look here, this little island has a bunch of lucky spaces on it. So it's like this cute little lucky island. I like this. This is a good area to be in. Number 26, it may be obvious, but we've got 2 huge broken down pirate ships crashed in the bay here. There's a Boo flag, which is likely where you will be able to steal coins and stars from other players. The other ship is ripped in half with a drawbridge connecting both parts. There's even a treasure chest minigame here if you land on the event spaces in front of them. I should also point out that the Boo flag can also be seen over on the other side of the map, so we've got 2 Boo spaces in one map. Number 27, little Hucket crabs can be found enjoying the sunshine on the sandy beaches in this map. Number 28, given the fact that this board is named after Goombas, it's no surprise that we've got lots of our little mushroom buddies on this map too. They're playing volleyball on the beach. using a stick to draw a Goomba in the sand. He's a really good artist. Who knew Goombas were good artists? We've also got some taking a nap in a hammock, floating around in an inner tube in the water, and even making a sand sculpture of, you guessed it, a Goomba. It's a very Goomba-y kind of summer. Number 29, interestingly, Goomba Lagoomba has... Goomba Lagoomba? Wait a minute, that would be a better name. Anyways, let's redo that. I hope I don't take this out. Number 29, interestingly, Goomba Lagoon has 3 huts to shop at. The Kamek one is in the top left, the top right has a hut too, and in the bottom middle, there is another hut. I love how they're visually different from when you see them in other maps, so these look a little more tropical. Great theming is going on here, and I like it. Number 30, there are 2 spaces on the board that feature an event where it seems you will swing across a gap on these buoy balls over the water, and then you would land on the other side. I would add to this fact that I believe one of the ropes will probably snap when you grab onto it, and then the other one will actually work and transport you across. So it's like you have a 50-50 chance of going across based on which one you choose. That is not the fact. The fact is just that they are there, and it's interesting. But my little additional thing there is I'm kind of speculating that's what will happen. Number 31, over here, another couple event spaces are on the docks. Given that they're right in front of a second dock that is on the waterfront, and we also see cheap fish swimming around in the water here, I am going to say this is a fishing minigame that you can activate of some sort. Number 32, there's also event spaces over here. These boards have so many event spaces. This is exciting because this is what Mario Party needed again, so I'm loving it. But this is so small and far away that I can't really see like what happens when you land on it. But I figured it was worth covering because it further demonstrates that these game boards are really feeling like classic GameCube designs with lots of fun things to interact with. We love that. Okay, let's move on to the final new game board, King Bowser's Keep. This one was not really highlighted in the trailer, so it's hard to know much about it, but... Number 33, in this map, a giant Bowser appears in the center, surrounded by rocky cliffs, glowing hot lava, and of course a castle structure. The place is covered in booby traps and hazards galore, and given the name King Bowser's Keep, we can see the word keep is being used in an old-fashioned way to mean control. So the title suggests that the giant Bowser will be controlling various hazards to mess with the players. Number 34, we can also see these little Mecha Koopas all around the board, including this giant-sized one towards the top. Number 35, in the top right corner, there is a cave area that seems to have kind of jail bars covering up the front. There's also water surrounding this rocky area. Number 36, there are several warp pipes on this board. I've circled them so that you can see them more easily. Notably, it seems the pipe on the very bottom will allow you to restart from the map's beginning because it doesn't look like you can naturally travel back down here any other way. Number 37, over here we can see a crane that sits on the side of the castle. Just to the right of it, there are little glowy figures swirling around, possibly Boo characters. It is very likely that a nearby event space allows you to control the crane and try to grab these glowy things. Alright, let's move on to the 2 classic returning boards from the N64. Number 38, in Westernland, they added a little grave site where the bank used to be. So my assumption, as you know, this is probably going to be where a Boo appears and you can steal coins and stars from your friends. Number 39, the cows have been moved a bit to the center of the map and they have a bigger pen to graze in. There's even a new tree by them. Number 40, the locked gates have also been slightly moved around compared to the original N64 game. Number 41, the N64 Westernland has a very flat area, but in this remake, they added some elevation to the landscape to give it more depth. There's also a wooden bridge in the bottom right that holds up the tracks. I like this, giving it a little bit more dimension, pretty cool. Number 42, if you look in the background, Wiggler still has his barrel milk bar, but this time around we actually get to see him looking out the window, ready to hold a hootenanny for everyone. This is like, I love this upgrade. This is my favorite upgrade of any of the classic boards. Wiggler's my favorite character in Mario, my favorite enemy, so I love this. This looks so cool. Number 43, Shy Guy conductors are now operating the trains on the map as opposed to nobody in the original version. Number 44, an item shop has been moved to the right of the bottom train station here. Once again, I love how we have several designs for the item shops. This one looks like a little Western general store. There might be another one on this map, you know, to the left somewhere, but we haven't seen that area yet, so I can't confirm that. Number 45, moving over to the other N64 retro board, we've got Mario's Rainbow Castle. This one, of course, takes place in the sky and has players walking around on multicolored cloud pathways, searching, of course, for a star to collect, which will always appear in the center of the board, and you kind of, go up there to grab it. Number 46, the sky has new characters doing some cute little things, like a couple of toads sitting at a table under an umbrella chatting, paratroopas flying around with balloons, a toad on a swing attached to a cloud with vines, and a large inflatable Mario cap with a question mark block and a brick balloon next to it. There are several hot air balloons in the sky here too, just a lot more little details to make this feel more lively than the original board. Number 47, some visual changes have been made to the center pillar on this map. In the updated board, Mario's face does not appear, and it's instead replaced by a red carpet. The font that used to say Mario across here has been replaced with a Mario symbol on a flag, and the Cloud Man that takes you up to the star is much smaller and has a more generic cloud face than the old design. Number 48, in this shot, we can clearly see Mario, Peach, Bowser, and Goomba are the four characters that are playing, which kind of creates an odd situation because Bowser appears on this very map and he gives you a fake star, so perhaps the Bowser that appears on this game board is a fake version of him? That would explain why he is slightly glowing purple and much larger than usual. Okay, let's move on to some final random facts to tie things up here. Number 49, just like in many previous Mario Party games, you can hold up to 3 items at once. Number 50, reactions return from the previous newer games. You use these little emoji icons when it isn't your turn by selecting one of them with the analog stick, just like in Mario Party Superstars. Number 51, the types of spaces on the boards include red, blue, event, item, Bowser versus chance time lucky, and new unlucky spaces. Number 52, the usual suspects like Mario, Peach, Luigi, Yoshi, and others will be playable, but this time around there is at least one new character confirmed, and it is, as you can see, Ninja. This little guy is making his first playable appearance in the series. I can't wait to see what other characters will be playable in this. Number 53, when you begin a game, you'll see some camera pans around, showing you the board, but they added these cool little icon animations by the title to represent the vibe of the setting. Number 54, on the game's box art, we get a first look at one of the new items that you can use. It's a blue seashell, which in Japan, blue seashells are looked at as summer seashells for some reason. So I would wager a bet that it could be an item that is found on Goomba Lagoon in some way. And finally, number 55, Super Mario Party Jamboree will launch October 17th, 2024 for the Nintendo Switch, and it will retail for $59.99 here in America. However, you can buy it digitally with a Nintendo eShop voucher, and you will get $10 off. All right, well, guys, that does it for this fact video featuring Super Mario Party Jamboree. I am so excited about this game. Hey, check out my second fact video for this game, where we will go over new modes and every one of the currently confirmed minigames. There are still so many little hidden facts to discover, so I hope I see you guys there. All right, bye-bye.